Hello, everybody. It's Professor Malat. Welcome to the week one overview video. I have my camera turned off today because I still have wet hair. I'm recording in the morning, and I figured you didn't want to see that. So here we are on our homepage. Let's click on into week one, and I will go over the module, all the materials, and essentially what we will be doing each week. So this first week, it's a lot of getting to know you kind of stuff, getting familiar with the course, going through the course syllabus, the course objectives, any expectations, and a brief introduction to college level reading, writing, and critical thinking. So hopefully you've had some time to go through, watch the course overview video, you've watched the syllabus overview video, and hopefully you've been clicking around in the course and you're getting yourself familiar with everything that we need to do in the course, what's required of you, how much time it'll take, and all of that wonderful stuff. So for this first week, we have some objectives, and you'll see here I have a note. Below, you'll see shorthand for module objectives. Actually, I didn't put them or the course objectives into these module objectives yet. I will be going through and doing that so you can see how what we're doing each week ties into the 5 main course learning objectives for this course. Each module objective meets at least one course objective, which again, you can read about in the course syllabus. So at the end of this week, you'll be able to establish a classroom community by introducing ourselves. Obviously, that is not tied to any of our course objectives, but it is important in an online course since you will be doing discussion boards and some peer reviews later on in the course. So it helps to get familiar and know one another this way. You'll also acknowledge an understanding of the course requirements as outlined in the syllabus, and you'll use the various features of Canvas to become familiar with the submission guidelines. So the checklist here, this is where the assignments will be linked. You can also find the assignments if you go into the modules. The assignments are also nested underneath in the weekly module itself. But I like to have them in a couple of places so students won't be too confused about where to find what they need to do for the week. The first one will always say review readings and media, and sometimes I have a lot of readings and media, and other weeks I might not have very much. So it's always a good idea to review the readings and the media. These overview videos typically won't contain very much instruction. If I have a lecture that I haven't recorded before, then you will see these lectures down here. This weekly overview video will actually be housed under lectures and media. So every week I'll do a weekly overview video that you will be able to find listed under lectures and media. So the checklist, always assume you're going to be doing some reading and watching some videos. There will be an introductory essay, and I will talk about that in a moment, as well as an introduction discussion board. Let's take a look at the readings. Each week, you'll see different types of resources that are indicated either by URL or PDF. Sometimes I may have a Canvas course page, and I'll indicate what types of files those things are, where they're housed, so that you're not clicking and going into something strange, right? So we have the course syllabus. Again, you can also reach the course syllabus over here on the left-hand side navigation panel. I also have the PDF linked here. It's linked also on the syllabus page itself. So again, I'm giving you multiple places. If you've downloaded it once, you don't have to download it again if you go into the course page and vice versa. Then there are 2 articles to start off our reading. What to do, want to do what you love and get paid for it. This is a PDF of an article, probably from, it might be from the New York Times, I can't remember. Every once in a while, I will snag articles from the internet and create them as PDFs because sometimes those articles are behind paywalls and I don't want you to need to subscribe to anything or pay for anything. So want to do what you love and get paid for it. That's the first article. Do college majors matter? Not as much as you think. And then I have a link to MLA format guidelines. And the reason I have that here is because you will actually be writing an introductory essay. So it helps to familiarize yourself with what MLA format is. Maybe it's been a while since you've been in school, or maybe you have no idea what MLA format is. Again, you can look it up. It's not a huge deal. I don't want you to freak out and panic over it. Again, the introductory essay is simply a gauge for me to see where you are with your skill set. Again, each week I'll post videos that contain content that's relevant to the weekly topic. I'll include a weekly overview. It will say week 1 overview or week 2 overview. It will be listed as week whatever overview. Most of the videos that I link are on YouTube, or they will be TED Talks. Normally, I'll place the link to the video in parentheses that you can see here. That way you know that it's a video and not something else. If it's one of my own videos from a previous online class, like a lecture that I don't really need to re-record because it's not time dependent, then I will usually preface that with Prof. Malott, and that just takes you to my YouTube channel where you can watch the video. And then we always have a list of optional materials. So in the past, and I think I said this before in one of my videos, maybe the course overview video, in the past I used to do grammar quizzes each week, and the feedback that I got from students was that that was pretty much overkill and kind of pointless. They didn't feel like they learned much from those quizzes. So I have streamlined the course a bit so that we're not doing lots of unnecessary assignments. However, I am aware that some of you might need some guidance with grammar and punctuation. So I will have some weekly grammar review, a few links for you to take a look at. And when you go to these websites, typically, this is from a website called Ret Lab from the University of Mississippi. Typically at the bottom, you'll have opportunity to practice. So if you want to do that, you can do that for yourself. You don't need to send any kind of proof that you're doing that. That's just for your own purposes if you feel like you need a little bit of a grammar drill. So we have these links here. And then if there's something that I think is interesting, but I don't want to make it required, that's related to the class topic, I'll post them down here in the optional materials. So here I have links for an introduction to success skills, habits for success, and something about writing anxiety. And that's from the University of North Carolina Writing Center. So if you want to read through some of that material, you may as well. So let's go back up to the checklist and let's talk about the introductory essay. Typically, what I will do if I need additional time, over 10 minutes or so to discuss the importance of a particular assignment or explain the directions and what I want you to be able to do in the assignment, I will record a separate assignment video, and it will usually be embedded in the assignment submission page. But for today, I am just going to talk through the introductory essay, and I will also talk through the discussion board. So if you click on the link, it will take you to this website. Let me open it up as view as student so that you understand what's going on here. First of all, I want you to read through the assignment prompt so that you understand what's going on. It's broken down into purpose, the skills, any knowledge you might need, and then under tasks, that's where you get the nitty-gritty directions of what you need to do. So what I want you to do for this assignment is to write about a 2-page essay addressing the question, why are you here? And it's up to you to interpret what here is, whichever way it resonates with you, whether that means being in this specific class, attending this specific college, or, maybe even pursuing your chosen major. And then I have some guiding questions. Underneath, you can think about things like your personal background, what experiences or events led you to enroll in this prep composition class, Why did you decide to attend UC Claremont? Or whatever your home campus might be. I think most of you are UC Claremont students. Motivations and goals, challenges and support. Have you faced any obstacles or challenges in your educational journey so far? Maybe some of you have not done very well in your high school English classes, or maybe it's been a really long time since you've been in any kind of writing class. So I'd like to know about that, what your experiences have been, and what has led you here. And then lastly, I want you to wrap up with expectations and reflections. So what do you hope to gain from this class? How do you see your time at this college shaping your future, so on and so forth. So again, the criteria for success, make sure that you're about 2 pages long, double spaced with 1-inch margins. If you don't know what that means, then you will go back to that link on MLA formatting. And you should familiarize yourselves with that. Standard font, typically Times New Roman, size 12. It doesn't have to be Times New Roman, but 12-point font is typically what we use in academic writing. You want to make sure that you have introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Avoid simply following a question and answer format. You really want to try to create paragraphs around these various things. So if you went paragraph by paragraph, you could have a paragraph on your personal background, a paragraph on your goals, paragraph on challenges, paragraph on expectations. Proofread your essay for grammar, spelling, and clarity. This is a habit that I want you to get into. It says here that I am grading it on complete incomplete basis, but I think that's actually a mistake. So I will need to edit the directions on that. And then submit by Sunday, the 19th of January. So we have a rubric down here at the bottom where you can see how many points are for it. And then again, to get started on the assignment, I recommend start writing in your word processing program. If you're using Microsoft Word, that's fantastic. If you're using Google Docs, you will need to make sure that you download and save your file to your computer. I know that Google Docs saves automatically, but if you send me a link to your Google document, it just makes me do the extra work of seeking your permission to access your file. So make sure you know how to download your file as either a Word doc or a PDF and then upload it here. So when you get to uploading, you're going to click on that red Start Assignment button, and it'll open up to a file upload. You might be able to link your Google Drive, but I can't do that here because I'm masquerading as a student. So you can use the upload file, and then that will open up your folders in your computer. Choose your file. If you want to put a little comment here, you can. And then, of course, you need to check this little box to say that you agree to the tools end user license agreement, and that this assignment submission is my own original work, right? And then you would click Submit Assignment. So hopefully that's pretty straightforward. Let me leave the student view here. So next we have the discussion board, introductions and writing anxiety. Okay, this opened up in the right class. So this is our first class discussion. Let's get to know each other better, introduce yourself to your classmates, and you can include the following: your name, your major, hobbies or interests, something that brings you joy, or anything else you want to share. You don't have to answer all of those, but at least your name and your major would be helpful. You can type your introduction, or you can attach a video or an audio file if you are savvy and know how to do that kind of thing. Let's see. I will show you just in a moment how you would post to the discussion board. I'll go into student view as well. You can add photos. Just be sure that if you're posting photos of family and children, that other people are actually going to be able to see them. So I would advise you not to share family photos. That's just my personal thing. I don't think it's a good idea to be posting photos of your children, but it's really up to you and your comfort level. But the point here is to be creative and have fun with it. And then we have a small discussion on writing anxiety. So this is a common experience with many students in English 099. So let's start to have some kind of open conversation about it. Do you worry about writing assignments? Do they make you feel uneasy or agitated? Do you have negative feelings about certain types of writing? If you're one of the lucky ones who doesn't deal with any kind of writing anxiety or have any kind of negativity around writing, please share some advice on how you can create a positive writing experience for yourself. You can respond to a classmate for the writing anxiety part. Your initial post is due Sunday, January 19th, and the following Wednesday, which is the 22nd, is when you should respond to your peers. So let's see, can I view this as a student? Excuse me. This is what it looks like on your end. So to respond, you would, or to start your post, you would simply reply, and then you start typing your things in here. If you want to attach a file, you can attach a file. You can also insert images. Again, you would just find your image. You can see some snowy images here. My mailbox got snowed in. And alt text is always a helpful thing. And then once your image is uploaded, you would just click on submit. So if you just type stuff in here, and then you would hit reply. And then you have something that looks similar to respond to a classmate. You would just go through and look at the list of the people who have responded, and then you would just click on a reply underneath their post. So again, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty easy to get familiar with Canvas. I think it's very user-friendly. But if you have any problems or if anything is confusing to you, then you can reach out to me, and I'll help you figure things out. So have a great week. I'm looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you. And if you have any questions, you know how to get in touch with me. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.